Good morning, good morning, good morning. I choose to be guided. Another day where the Spirit say press record. No, go live and let's see what the Spirit has to say. Good morning, everyone. I know that today is going to be a phenomenal day for you. And I want you to be encouraged. I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I want to thank you for the messages, the DMs. I want to thank you for your love and your support. And I want to thank you for being who you are. I want to thank you for choosing to be guided and for you choosing to get in alignment with your soul's mission here on this earth. How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And as you can see, I am tired. Oh my gosh. But this is necessary. So we're going to see. And the Spirit saying one of the first words is stay ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I thank God for this opportunity this morning to be used. It is so important for us to allow ourselves to rest and allow ourselves to rest in the flow with the divine. Sometimes it may seem a little difficult, but I'll give you a tip. And that tip is choosing to not only rest and flow, but to resist the temptation to be concerned about your next. Resist that temptation to be worried, to let go of the worry intentionally, to let go of the worry intentionally, to just out of the way intentionally. That can be difficult. Imagining is a big help. Maybe imagining how it would feel if you were in the physical, and the physical sense you had a scenario where you could literally rest. Good morning. Maybe with your mother, your father, someone that you trust, and how would it feel if you could rest in their arms, or you could rest knowing that they had it? How does it feel when you go to your job? And one thing that you may feel you know for sure is that many people say, I know I'm going to have a check, right? How does it feel to know that that's going to happen? And the divine wants you to allow for that energy of that feeling to bleed over into this process of resting and flowing. To let it transcend right over into this lane where you're resting and flowing. And not trying to tell or say how it's going to be done or worry about how it's going to be done, because it's got you distracted, worrying about the process. And no, that's not it. Who we have here early in the morning? Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. What in the world? Good morning. Oh man, good morning. It's too early. Thank you. It's too early for y'all to be getting silly. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Good morning, son. To all of you, I don't want to start calling each individual person out that I'm missing people. Spirit wants us to get back to it. Because I was brought on this morning. It's early. I don't know where you are. But on the eastern side, it's early in the morning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Where you gonna be? Right now, I'll wake up everyone. I love you guys. I love you guys. Hello, guys. It's late, so where are you from? Come on in. Where are you from? Oh, wow. I love that. Someone said, do I love God or the development? Do I love God or the true purpose development? Is that what you're talking about? I love God. You'll hear me say God, the divine. Because God is the divine source energy. And the divine source energy doesn't have any negative connotation to it. There's no ideologies that have cause for there to be any type of confusion in terms of the truth of God. God is divine. God is our divine source energy. So that's what God is. And I am all about the divine, our God, because I'm doing God's mission. That's what I'm about. 409. 409. And God loves you too. Yeah, I'm all about that. You know what? I on one of the subtitles in the book, it says, in The Hermit, it says, I am not alone, but God, I choose you. No matter what. No matter what. And this is for a reason that the divine is bringing us into this forum right now, this early morning, late evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, is because the message is, it is important for you to picture it. Not like the Golden Girls when she said, picture it, 1920. Picture it. We need you to feel it. You need to feel what it feels like to be completely taken care of in this position. Because for those of you who have actually done the work, you've laid aside all of the extracurricular ways that have maybe distracted you or had you completely distracted from what your soul was truly desiring. You've actually put it down. I'm saying what your soul is truly desired. There are so many people who actually move forward in life pursuing trades and gifts and jobs that make them feel good. We were talking about this earlier. Pursuing careers and extra things just because it makes them look good. And at this time right now, and it has always been, but really at this time right now, it is time for those who have laid down their life, chose to be guided, regardless of anything. Regardless of anything. It is time now that you are on track. You know who you are. You're on track. And I want for all of us, all of the collective, to be on track. It is easier, and I'll keep saying it. It is much easier to go through the journey if you are on track, knowing that you are in the divine position that you were called to be in, versus you being in a position that you were not called to be in, and then something happens along the way and it disrupts your entire life, your every fiber of your being, because you were not in alignment with your life's true purpose. God, whatever your desire is regarding your life, let it become strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. My life's true purpose is to help you reach your life's true purpose. It's to help you come into the fulfillment, total life fulfillment in every area of your life. This journey is not easy. The journey is not easy. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. There are things that you will be called to do that it won't feel good at first. So the old myth of, oh, if it's not feeling good, then we are taught to run from anything. Whether it's whatever it is, we're taught to respond emotionally to mostly everything in our life. If it doesn't feel good, then that must not be God, and that must not be where you're supposed to be, because God wouldn't do this or God wouldn't do that. And that is the message that's coming out, because it is very important as we are evolving out of the illusions that have us stuck, the concepts and beliefs that have us completely stuck, have us going around and around and around, like in a store, in a revolving door. In a building, you walk in the building. Can you imagine walking in a building and you're going around and around and you're never getting out of the revolving door cycle? Instead, you're going around and never entering the building. That's where we've been. We've been in a revolving door. At least our soul has. And it aligned with us in this lifetime for a reason. Every last one of us we all have a soul that we are carrying. It is not figurative speech for the fact that we are pregnant in the spirit, whether you're male, female, or they. We are carried by our soul. No, our soul is carried by us, pardon me. And it is time for us to get out of the revolving door and walk on up in it, so that we can continue as a collective to clear the playing field that we call Earth, i.e., the game of life. But in order to do that, see, that's my job. My job is to help you, is to guide you, to show you the way. Not to sugarcoat it, because it's not to be sugarcoated. The game of life is the game of life. Have you ever wondered, with God being God, all-knowing, all everything, El Shaddai, Elohim, right? With God being God, have you ever wondered why there is such a scarcity of people who are truly living happy? Have you ever wondered? Have you ever wondered why is being happy or coming into true happiness such a phenomenon? Because God is God. But God has not but. This is the caveat. The main point of it all. God is in all of us who are pure souls, divine souls. Whoa. And not everybody that you may look at every day may be a pure divine soul. Lost souls, for example, are not people who denied a religion. Lost souls are souls who have been lost in your sauce, up in you, with all your mess. The things that you had no idea that you were allowing to overtake your vessel, to distract you, to suppress you, so that you're not in an authentic arena. All of those things, the fears, the hurts, the pains, the things, anything that you've done that has not been your absolute truth. Divine says anything that when you're not listening, when you're not listening, you are interrupting the flow, thereby becoming very susceptible to carrying a lost soul. You the one that lost it. It's not lost. You've lost your soul. Lost up in the sauce. Imagine being a parent and you lost your child at the amusement park amongst thousands of people and trying to find you. The parent has lost you, and yes, in that case, the child has lost its parent. The soul always knows who it is. We haven't known who it has been. So now it is time for us to connect with our soul. The soul is not some dove in some coven or something out there, you know. Every time a baby's born, there's a soul that's flying up out of some bird nest or some. No, that's not it. The soul is you. The soul is you. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no. Cause now I know I'm gonna be my own best friend. It's me, myself, and I. Myself. There's myself, yourself. It's like the soul, literally. You're carrying a soul. You're carrying your soul. Your soul is in there. Like, hello. Hello. The soul is a spirit just like you. You're a spirit. I'm a spirit. Wouldn't you like to be a spirit too? I don't know. Hey, there it is. We're all spirits. Your soul is a spirit. Just like you. without arms and legs. It doesn't have arms and legs because you're carrying it. It's a vessel. You're the vessel. It's the spirit within. Depending on, and you can read more about it in Goal of the Soul. I'll be letting you know soon when that will be released. No, I won't let you know when it'll be released. When you know about it, it'll just be released. Sorry, let's just be correction. That's not happening. Won't do that again. The soul depending on which lifetime, where it is in the life cycle, depending on where it is in its life cycle, determines how it shows up. The soul may not be alone itself within you. And for sure, 99% of the time, your soul has been existent for centuries and several lifetimes. Yes, there's royalty, there's Egyptians, there's all of that. That has come back. It is. Because it has a mission to fulfill. And the mission is the mission of the divine, is to fulfill the vision that the original vision of the divine for humankind. Divine said to me, I created the game of life and it was meant to be fun. That almighty control. Control is a mother sucker. And it came in and somebody decided to really get profound with it, right? Created great narratives and stories that kept us sedated. We've been sedated. Sedated. Suppressed. For centuries. They took the chains off of our feet. And they put the shackles on our mind. We haven't been able, as a collective of humankind, been able to be ourselves. We have not been ourselves. Through all types of indoctrinations and educations, as my mother used to say, all type of education and indoctrination, we've been suppressed. Thereby leaving the soul in a revolving door. A revolving door. Doors. Mission in hand. Going with the natural flow. The flow of humankind as we were to experience and will experience, because what? God's word will not return void, baby. God's vision will not return void. The divine, our divine source energy, the most powerful, most profound energy, consciousness of life, has a vision. Kept the word. Gave us our freedom. Sovereignty. Do what you like. Get it how you get it. It's all right. But in the end, I have faith and trust in you. that you're going to make something new and you're going to make the change and you're going to create it better. Greater were the works you do than what I've done. Why? How do you think that would happen? I used to wonder how. How is it going to be greater than what Jesus did? Because at this point in our life, the things that we are faced with, the challenges have become greater. The battles have become greater. And as a result of it, I mean, we've created some phenomenal things. We've created some phenomenal things. We've done some things, some great things in this door that we've been in for years, for centuries. We've done some great and phenomenal things. A lot of it has felt good, right? For many people who have not been, who's just been, well, for a lot of people who've just been playing it safe. It's the difference between the cow and the rhino. Cow stays in the pastures and just do as you're said and as you're told, and then after you do as you're told for so long, and then you just move along the way, and everything is fine, that's great. And then you have those who started to really realize that, look, I can do anything that I want. I'm going to go out and I'm going to make changes and I'm going to do this, that, and the third. Well, listen, this is where we are right now today. Right now today, our souls are longing for us to pay attention to the yearning in your gut, to the direction that many of you hear and ignore because you don't know how to respect it. And we get caught up in the ideology of what's talking to me. I don't know what's talking to me. And I don't want to I'm not making fun of that. Because depending on where you grew up and how you grew up, I mean, you were probably taught that those are the demons. People are suppressing the spiritual aspects of themselves because they were taught that that part of them is the demonic part. And how do you know if it's not the devil? God said to me, you created many devils because you have not known who you are. Because I don't talk. Not because I don't talk. It was a different sentence. I'm not going to, so I'm going to say it exactly how the divine said to me. Vibed with me, to be exact. I don't talk. I vibrate. It translates to you like a binary code and to whatever language you speak. Language is a frequency. Everything is energy. So language is a frequency, which is why sometimes you talk to people, they don't even understand what the hell you're talking about. It's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Because they're not on your frequency. No matter how you say it, no matter how you shape that out, it doesn't matter. If they don't understand you and they're not on that frequency, they will never understand. You can't make them understand until they evolve to another level on different frequency. When I ask the divine, what do I tell people when they say, well, I don't know. How do I know who's talking to me? How do I know if it's God talking to me or if it's the devil? And so the divine said to me, you created many devils because you haven't known who you are. This is why it is important for you to meditate day in and day out. This is why it is so important for you to meditate day in and day out. That's so that you can stay in the vortex and also you can have a level of confidence and assurance, peace about how you're guided. And in that desire and that focus, you are protected. You are divinely protected. So trust and believe that as you're guided and the moves that you're making with the intentions of being guided in the way that you should go, You are being divinely protected. There is no mistake. There is only the opportunity for you to grow. There is only the opportunity for you to ask, God, what am I to experience in this moment now? Keys I will give you. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion. Just flow. Just flow. That is the most important thing. What's somebody saying? Wow. Wonderful. I appreciate everything. All of it. All the comments. They're so great. I love it. When you are going in your space, you're going to find so much peace. And I'm saying this now too because in this era, with social media, the news, and the way it comes out, it's just saying what's happening. And there's a lot that's happening. A lot of people that are losing their lives and things of that nature. And it's almost hard to turn away from if you decide to be involved with the world. And I am letting my collective know, the world know, it is time for you to discover and focus on you. Where are you supposed to be? If the news is not pertinent to how you're being guided to go, in the direction you're being guided to go, it's important for you to find your space and peace and get in position. The quarterback can't be the, what is it? Is it the quarterback and the linebacker? Are they the same? I don't know if they're the same or not. You can't have two people on position on the football field, one running and looking at the other person, and they don't have anything to do with each other. It doesn't work like that. You have to stay in your lane in this game called life. In order for you to have peace, in order for you to get to where you have to go, because if you're out of sync, you can't play the game. Get in the game for the love of the game, not for the fame. Get in the game of life for the love of the game, not for the fame. For the love of God. Begin to appreciate who God has created you to be. And the first step to appreciation is listening and following instructions. Second period in Pregnant in the Spirit, How to Birth a Life of True Purpose. Asking people a bunch of questions about your direction in this season of your life, who I'm speaking to, that is not where it is right now. Because the key is for you to listen to the divine and follow instruction. Your spirit team is guiding you. Your soul is crying out to you. No one can tell you. No one can tell you. Now, one step, God, whatever your desire is regarding your life, let it become strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. That's a prayer made up a long time ago. And so many people have given so many testimonies about the results. If you just say that in all earnesty and let it go. And most people say they either get a knowing right then or within a couple of days. Sit down with a book and just write it down. What is it that you are desiring? So that you can become that. I need you to become that and start walking in that. Move your butt out the way. Remove all the butts out of the way. Okay? All the butts. Oh, I want to do this butt. I want to do that butt. I don't know. I want it to be that butt. But I got children. But what am I going to do with my family? Listen, I'm not telling you something I don't know and I haven't been through. Laid down my life for it. And those of you who have, let me ask you a question. If you were in a civil war and they were fighting outside your door, you had little children, and your little children inside, and typically they're outside playing and running around and kicking balls. But then when the Civil War comes about, you as the parent know that there's a civil war outside of your door. Would you tell your children, school your children on the fact that there is a war going on outside and this is how I need you to move now? I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to play outside, but we're going to keep it inside. You're going to do whatever you have to do with wisdom so that you can keep peace in their little minds, but you're going to keep them safe. You're going to let them know what's going on. Yeah. See, when it comes to this journey, when it comes to you following your life's true purpose, the energy that you are really being invited to do is to bring about the energy of true purpose in your family. They need to know how it's done. You not doing how you're guided is not helping them. That's a door that you are opening, entering, and have to go through. And yeah, you may have some good times along the way. Yeah, you may have some good times along the way and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, the sacrifices that were made will be also, it will affect your children still. Because you won't have fulfilled your life's true purpose, and therefore there are going to be certain energies that's going to be attached to you. Restlessness, you don't have peace like you could, and this whole ideology of suppression, that you are inviting that energy into your home, your camp, because you didn't make the sacrifice. You didn't do it. Then they don't do it. And this whole cycle of continuing to try to fight and do everything that the man said with the book in front of them, and this is how we're supposed to do it this kind of way and that kind of way, just continues. Now they have some children and they decide to forfeit who they are for that. See, it's time for us to sit the children at the table and communicate. Look, this is what we're getting ready to do. And let me tell you, there are people that are doing it. Yes, people are doing that. I remember when I went through homelessness some years ago. This particular journey to this mountaintop it was very long. And my daughter was with me. We were in South Oakland Shelter in Michigan. One day, because we would go into Oakland County, we would go to different churches, change different churches every week. We were in there for about 4 months. And then on Sunday, we would come and do our cleaning and wash our clothes and different things like that and get ready for the next week. We would go to different churches, like I said, change every Sunday, but every day we would come back to the main camp, the headquarters. On a Sunday, my daughter was sitting at the bottom of the steps and she was watching me wash clothes. And she said, Mommy, she said, everything's going to be all right. I said, thank you, baby. She said, I'm all right. I said, thank you. I said, I'm glad. And she said, our vision is going to come to pass. And I said, thank you, baby. She said, Mommy, I've learned so much along the way. I don't want to miss anything the rest of the way. She was in high school. I think the 10th grade. We've learned so much along the way. I don't want to miss anything the rest of the way. I'm okay. She had the choice to go elsewhere and not be there with me. And someone came and thought they were clowning me in the place when I first came and said, come on with me. I'm crazy. All right. And she said, no, I'm staying with Mommy. And she did. And as the divine said to me years ago, you gave me a word about my family. And one thing I know, God will take care of you in a way that man could not ever. No system could ever. God, I choose you. No matter who talk about you, no matter who lie on you, no matter who betray you, no matter who does anything, God, I choose you. The guidance seems crazy, God. What are you talking? Like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm hearing, what I'm being guided to do. I know God wouldn't tell me to quit my job. Yeah. The divine guidance could definitely be that. How bad you want it. And it's not what you think. Not how bad you want them dollars or how bad you want this, that, and the third. No. How bad do you love? How much do you really love the divine? Do you love God based on the things that you have in your life? Do you know happiness is only relative to an external experience? You know that, right? Joy is inside. Do you love God? We cannot, it won't continue. It's not, we can't, it won't continue like it's been, because the divine will be done, because God has a plan and a vision for humankind. Yeah. Adam and Eve type, like peace in the Garden of Eden. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back there. We got to get back there. We're going to get back there. And we're going to make some things different. God has faith in us. Not everybody will be on that page. But God said to me that many will make a choice because they want peace. Let me see what's said. Oh, thank you, baby. All I do is don't depend on others, or do I let others to be dependent on others? Please expound. I'm trying to follow that one. Thank you so much for the compliment. None of the others. I will tell you, when you're being guided, just be guided. I don't know where it's going to take you, except for the vision. And be focused. Be intentional. Go about your life intentionally. Like, what is your plan? Make your plan, but be willing to flow. Make your plans or be willing to flow. But be willing to flow. I'm telling you. Guys, I trust that you've enjoyed the word from God. God said no cards. God just said I had something I wanted to say. And so I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that message. I thought I was half like, oh my God, I think my eyes red. I'm tired. How are you guys doing? I want to say good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. So long, farewell. I'll see you later on. Good night. Allow for God. God will put people, things, places in your way, in your space when you are guided. You literally, it's like taking the leap of faith like a fool. Literally. Don't put a time on it. You don't know. And pioneer's journey is a son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy journey. There are so many different dynamics. You've got the relationship dynamics, platonic or romantic, and then in the romantic ones, you've got the twin flames, which twin flames, relationships are tumultuous. And those are the divine fated ones who have the opportunity, they're going to break, okay? They're going to break. There's going to be a tower. It's an inevitable, fated tower for them to come back and to demonstrate the true act of divine love, divine flow. But it is very needed. That frequency and that nature, extent of love is very needed in the earth for the energy of all of humankind. And those are very, 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 very rare. Very, 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 very rare. Okay? But there are a whole lot of soul ties and those who are you've got your soulmate because you done been connected in some kind of way, your soul has been connected to you in some kind of way in a past lifetime. You could have been a friend, you could have been a mother, a father, hell, you could have been an animal, one of your animals from the past life. You know, that's literal, because the soul is an energy. Yep, it is. So there are a whole lot of soulmates. You got, you can see somebody, oh, that's just so this, that, and the third. I feel like I know you. And it doesn't mean that that person is who you think it is. That twin flame is spiritual. Spiritual from the onset, but it is spiritual. It's divine. There are some other signs that I could tell you, but I'm not going to, because this is not that message tonight. I'm not going to go there. We'll have to have an adult talk one night, and I will share with you some ways that you can tell, you can narrow that down. But you will know. They both know. You and listen, the relationship is tumultuous. Usually with jealousy and those who are close to you, there'll be, it could be lying, betrayal, all kind of stuff. And it's because of the nature of that, but you will also see the hand of God in that relationship. The hand of God real strong in that relationship, even when it's apart. Oh yeah, towers on both sides. Absolutely. That's much I'm gonna say about that. Okay, so you guys have to be careful, but there are a lot of soulmates. Even I mean, it's you could have been any type of acquaintance with someone. Your soul could have had any type of acquaintance with someone in a past life, and they run across their soul know you. Like when we're looking at each other and stuff, that's why you're attracted more so to the energy than not. Something I told my children when they were little, I said, listen, not so little, but when they became teenagers and young adults, I told them, I said, listen, when you think you like somebody, it's a whole thing with, you like somebody because they're sexy and all this, and you looking across the room and that person's sexy, this, that, and the third. That's that. But the minute you find yourself kind of attracted, I told them, I said, in your mind, I want you to pray, God, why am I attracted to you? Show me. You can see all kind of things. The real truth of a person. They could be talking yin yang, whatever, and all of a sudden you starting to see like, dang, that person a liar? Like, whoa, right? So don't get caught up in the sauce, because there's so much going on behind the scenes of that vessel. You could be caught up in a doorway of an attraction to something that was something from something that's trying to hold you back, something that is a generational curse. Could be trying to hold you back, or you could be a generational curse breaker, and it's bringing you into the space of that which you need to break. Are you listening to me? All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna go. I love you guys. And how are you all doing? I want you to stay positive, stay up. Don't forget to meditate. I have some playlists on my YouTube here. And I want you to feel free to go over and check it out. Dr. Joe Dispenza, some beautiful meditations. Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations are very focused, very, very focused on specific things, but it's really on the transformation of the mind and the brain, rewiring that brain. I put some very good messages there that came directly from Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I invite you all to check them out. In addition to that, your meditation, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, I need you to do that. I need you to write that list. Move your butt out the way. What is it that you want? I don't want to hear about the children, why the children need this, that. No. There is a direction that you are being called into, and there are no more excuses. Because once you set the intention out, what's going to happen is whatever it is that you need, divine is going to make it happen in ways that you don't even know. Your divine spirit team is going to be there on spot working for you. They're already there. Everybody's waiting on you. Everybody is waiting on you. Okay? Oh, wow. Isn't that nice? Jeez. Play. So your divine spirit team is waiting on you. Okay? So it's important for you to step up, write your vision, make it clear, right? Write your vision, make it clear, and move forward quickly, because you're being called, you're being guided, okay? I just love you guys. Thank you for being up with me. I'm so tired. I'm so, so, so tired. But I love you. Love you, love you, love you. All right. So let's reconvene later on today. Or tomorrow for some of you. Okay? Transformation, it is so. And I choose to be guided. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. I love you. Love you so much. Get some sleep just like me. I love it.